Welcome to the Ron's T-Bones Shed Show. I almost forgot the name of the show. Got this in the other day. What is it? It's a York. I look for the Yorks. Not everybody knows about Yorks. Not everybody likes the Yorks, but this was a very specific model. Here, take a look. There's ways to tell it's a York. This cork barrel and the slightly flared out pieces down here at the bottom, and this tendon nut. The other way to tell it's a York is the bell flare, this conical traffic cone bell flare. That's really the telltale sign of the York, is this, and the density of the bell. It's a ship bell. Now, what makes this one different than all the others? Well, the model, really. I mean, it plays like just about every other York I own. This was made in 1958. This is, if you look at it, a beautiful etching there. This is the York Super Custom. York Super Custom. And you can see some electrical tape residue here. I already took this out. This was flat. I haven't finished quite refining it yet, but it's a lot better than it was. The slide was in pretty good condition. I just worked on a little bit. This has some really nice features. It has a nickel crook like the Con Pro horns do. It's a red brass. You can't really see it. I took some of it off here, but it's not a bright yellow brass. You can't really see through the lacquer. The lacquer is sort of a dark gold, but York had their own formula of red brass, which gave it a nice color to the sound, a very unique color. It's what they call the York sound. And these horns were real popular with the military groups because of the bold tone. They're great outdoors. The thick bell really allows that sound to just move forward. It's not really what I would call a high, solo horn, but it's a great horn for a lot of different respects. But yeah, if you look at it, look at the edge here. They have this beautiful etching all along the bell here. Some of the other Yorks, like the York Master, would have etching across the seam on the bell. This one you can see the seam, but that was one of the ways they would hide it. But this is cool. I mean, I saw it. I'm like, ooh, I haven't seen one of those before. The York Super Custom, and I wanted it. Now, this particular design is pretty common through a lot of the Yorks made in the late 1950s because they were made by Bohm and Meinl out in West Germany. So this is part of their Master Series. So they had several horns made in their Master Series. They all pretty much have a very similar bell flare. They have similar construction. There's a few different subtleties here and there that are different, but for the most part, it's all the same horn made in the late 50s in the Master Series by Bohm and Meinl. The York Master is a bit different. It's a lot more ornate. Some of them have a nickel crans like the Supers do. Some of them will have bigger flared or gusseted braces on here like the old Super did. Pretty much like that one, the Super. But it's a pretty heavy horn. It's like 3 pounds and about 6 ounces. So it's a little bit on the heavy side. Somebody put a 3-piece counterweight on here like the old H and White King weights, and that didn't belong on this horn, so I took it off. It's okay balance-wise. It's a little on the front heavy side because the bell's so dang heavy. But the horn without the counterweight is closer to a standard weight. It's about 3 pounds and a couple half ounces, ounce and a half, somewhere in there. So it's not that bad. The slide's relatively heavy, but what you get with a heavy slide is you're going to get a really strong center. You will get a bit of resistance when it's heavy like that, but it gives a great center to the tone. And then when you have a really heavy bell, very similar thing. I talked about this in a previous video about how it could just be a lot of resistance. But this particular horn, with the type of brass that they use and the way they constructed it, it's fairly open in terms of the way it blows. And it has just a really great sound. Here, let me go ahead and sample this for you. So really direct, round, down. Just the metal, the thickness of it, the heaviness, it just all kind of comes together and creates this beautifully responsive and projecting horn. So even when I attack, there's no waiting for resonance. It's like that, just the way the horn's made. Some people don't like the horn because of this flare, and the reason why it's a problem is because you can't put a standard mute in it. You almost have to put a bass mute in it to get it to fit because of the breadth of this flare. But you know what? If you're going to have this horn, you're not going to put a mute in it. Trust me. This is an outdoor horn. So anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you, and yeah, it's super special. So look for it in the future because I'm going to be stripping it, refinishing it. Just a lot of the lacquer, you can see, it's very deteriorated over the years. I mean, this is a 60 some odd year old horn. But yeah, no, I'm going to make this super pretty, and it's going to be great. And we'll see you later on the next video. Bye-bye.